Ball Facts coming back at you again, and we gonna give you the facts.
Today you ain't gonna want to miss this. I got some juicy, good intel coming up for y'all. I'm gonna be interviewing a man who was the announcer for the JBA, a close associate with the Ball family, a brand in his own right. AB the Hero. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, my guy. Just trying to stay alive.
That's what's up. Before I start, I want to tell everybody, click the link in the description. I got AB's channel down there. I want y'all to go to his page and subscribe. Check out his content and see what he got going on. He got a lot of stuff. Now, AB, for me and everybody else that doesn't know, how did you catch the eye of LeVar's camp to get that JBA thing going?
Well, it's kind of a crazy story, and it's kind of how he broke it down for me. Is I was doing YouTube and making videos about the Big Baller brand and stuff like that. But when they were in Lithuania, I was doing kind of game recaps, game previews, breaking down who they were about to play, what players on the opposing team, what schools they went to, if they were from the United States, all of these different things. And there was a time where I believe Alan was back in the States from being in Lithuania, and he was trying to figure out how to watch the game. So then he was searching the internet and then came across my videos. And then so he watched the game through one of my live streams. So then they started kind of watching my channel off of that. And then when they got into, there was that stuff came out with the Better Business Bureau. And I made this video about, going to post positive comments on the Better Business Bureau page. And they seen the shift in how many, let's say it was 30 negative comments. By the end of the day, it was 90 positive comments on there, where prior to that, it was 2. So they just respected that. And just seeing somebody who was, not only, talking, but putting things into motion. So then they reached out to me on YouTube. And it was like, yo, we want to send you some stuff. What's your email? And I was like, man, I don't know if this is real or not. But I was like, shoot, let me try. So then I sent him my email. He emailed me back and was like, yo, give me your sizes. We're going to send you some gear. And then, in true Big Baller brand fashion, 2 months later, I hadn't got anything. And then I reached out to them, and the JBA stuff was starting to come out. And I was like, yo, I know you was going to send me some stuff, but I really would like to be a part of that. And then he just hit me back and was like, yo, he was like, you right, man. Forget the gear, man. Let's link up. And they were on tour and doing the tryouts.
I got to get this straight. So that whole time when you said he, you mean Alan. You been in contact with Alan this whole time?
Alan the whole time, yep.
Okay. Keep going, sorry.
Then, so Alan was bouncing back and forth between Lithuania and United States. LeVar was just over in Lithuania at the time. So once they started doing the tryouts and recruiting players for the JBA, Alan was the one over here kind of doing all of that, the legwork for that. So they were up in Chicago for a tryout, and he was like, yo, well, honestly, he hit me and was like, figure out which one is closest to you. And if you can get there, we'll get you, come up, pull up, come in. And he was like, if there's not one close, then let us know and we'll fly you there. So I was like, all right, but shoot, man, Chicago is only 2 or 3 hours from where I'm at. So I drove up there. And it was nothing but love. And then while I was there is when I actually talked to LeVar for the first time on Skype. And he was like, man, AB the Hero, what's up, man? And then so that's kind of how I got in. So I spent some time with them in Chicago. A week later, they were in Philly and they were in New York. And I was like, shoot, man, if y'all let me film again, I'll meet y'all there. It's from here to Philly is 13 hours. So I was like, shoot, I'll drive. Y'all let me get that inside footage. And they was like, yo, just buy a ticket and we'll pay you back. So then I bought a ticket. They flew me out to Philly, went with them to New York. They flew me back. And then, so it was legit, man.
Wow. So, okay. Now I got to ask this because that just blew my mind. So now looking back on the man who gave you a shot, answered your emails, brought you out, paid you back for the ticket, showed you love. How do you see him now that he is at odds with the whole family? Like, is that crazy for you to see?
I talked about this before in one of my videos and people couldn't understand it. And that's the dynamic that a lot of people with inside the organization feel the same way. Because you got a guy like Alan who is the one who's sending the emails, networking, and with the folks who run in the company day to day, he's the one who you talk to the most. You know what I mean? If you're a JVA player, you probably got Alan's phone number saved in your phone, you know?
Wow.
So it is crazy. It's crazy to see them at odds when you like have been around them both and see how they interact and how they speak very highly of each other, right? So you hear LeVar say, "This is my brother. You know, he run the business. I come up with the ideas and he figure out a way to put it in motion." And you hear Alan say, "LeVar, that's my brother. He control the basketball, take care of the boys, and I'm gonna make all of the stuff work." So to see where they at now, man, for me it was crazy to just hear some of the stuff that was coming out online, even though a lot of it was not 100% accurate, but the fact that they was just kind of throwing that mud like that was crazy to hear.
Now, did you feel you had to pick a side, and did you pick a side?
I will say I don't feel like I don't necessarily. I will say that from what I know, there are people within their organization who definitely had to pick a side. I am not so tied in like that, you know what I mean? So obviously I don't live out there or work in the warehouse or do stuff with them day to day to where it's one of those things where it's like I know guys who was like, this is either your last day of work because you're riding with Alan, or you can come back here once we get it started if you're riding with LeVar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for me, I necessarily didn't have to like pick a side, or you know what I mean, because I felt like honestly I had two separate relationships with kind of both of those guys. So with LeVar, with Alan, he was the person who, like I said, who I talked to a lot, brought me in. If I need something with them or needed to get paid, he's the person who would do that. But when we went to Europe, we were there with LeVar for like 2.5 months. Like, we rode on the bus together. He sat behind me every day for breakfast. You know what I mean? So I talked to him a lot more just on a personal level than I probably did with Alan. But you know, Alan hooked me up, man, with a lot of stuff and gave me a lot of opportunities that has still, like, you know what I mean, affected my life till today.
Yeah, and that's got me interviewing you right now. But I do got to ask you, do you believe Lonzo's accountants that say they looked at the books and it seems like Alan has taken this money and moved it here and there and he's not accounting for it and he's on the run? Do you think he really stole the money?
I don't, man. If I'm gonna be 1,000% honest with you, right? And I would say, if this is what I'll say, is that Alan is a guy who I like referred to. Somebody said, "Yo, describe Alan." I said, he an evil genius. He's a dude who like is going to figure out a way to make something happen. He going to figure out a way to squeeze the dollar and all of that stuff. So I don't think it's beyond like the possibility of him doing that, but it's hard for me to believe that he would do that given like their relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if you have done business with him and you know that he gonna try to come out on top every time.
Hey man, that's gonna conclude part 1 of this interview. But don't miss it. I got more coming up and it gets real interesting, real good. you're gonna be surprised to hear things you hear about Allen. But y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and ball facts again. Peace.